When it comes to pure video game hype, there are a few contenders with the gargantuan known as Super Smash Bros., the premier crossover fighter of gaming. The gameplay, the characters, the wacky modes, tournaments, and strategies. But one aspect I dare say rivals that of the core game of Smash Bros. And its identity are the character inclusions, or rather, the reveals. Each announcement of who's coming to Smash was an event all of its own. And now we are going to count down the top 10 best character reveals in all of Smash Bros. Now, it should be said that for the absolute most part, I loved every reveal and inclusion in Smash Bros. Except for one inclusion and one reveal. So there's a lot to choose from, and it's going to be hard to decide. So let's get right into it. This is HMK and HERE, and we are here for the top 10 picks for the best Smash Brothers reveals. Be sure to like and subscribe over on my VTuber HERE's channel for even more Wild Metal content. So here is number 10. The standard going into Smash Ultimate that was elevated from Smash Wii U. Although like Cloud before him, who really tore down the expectations of who could come to Smash, Joker took it up a notch with an insanely popular, fairly recent choice by the time he was announced. The hype was insane, and honestly, despite everything we've been through when it comes to Smash, it was really unbelievable that Joker was gonna be the first true DLC. But I remember when that trailer first dropped at the Game Awards, and then Reggie afterwards said that this character is gonna set the precedent, and man, he was right for the DLC characters after Joker. I mean, Joker, like I said before, was a pretty recent addition when it comes to the pantheon of gaming, having his game released in 2016, so I mean like 2 years, but I mean Persona 5 was really blowing up, and that game is really good. And I'm honestly glad that Joker was the first DLC character, not Piranha Plant, when it comes to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I remember the air was so electric. I mean, sure, it's Smash Ultimate, but you know, Joker really set the standard again, somehow, not Joker again, but I mean Smash again with Joker again, when it came to the characters that will enthrall us with this game. The craziest part is that this didn't even have any gameplay in it. All it needed was a cool, flashy art style trailer that was in the style of Persona 5, and just like that, it was over. Finally, another Donkey Kong rep, and another villain. Smash as a whole was really lacking in the villain department, and Ultimate really brought it back. A ton of people, myself included, were really hoping for King K. Rool to be in Smash, and man, they did not disappoint with him. Now y'all need to understand, alright? That trailer was so hyped, and I owe a lot to it from like the visuals and Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong going against King K. Rool, but the music, Gangplank Galleon by the people of Ace, the people that, you know, usually do the Xenoblade music, I'm just like, nah, this is, I still have that track like when I go and work out and whatnot. It's just, it's pumping, it's wild, it's crazy, and just, you know, I'm honestly glad how King K. Rool came out in terms of like how he looks, because I mean, yeah, he had that big bulging eye, but it wasn't bulging out, it was like bulging with taste, with pizzazz, and we had King K. Rool using moves from Captain K. Rool and Baron K. Rool inside. Just, it was a long time coming, Donkey Kong fans, and King K. Rool. That final smash! That's crazy. Xenoblade fans rejoice! If you were keeping up with the real-world lore surrounding this game's development and release, then you know that having Shulk enter Smash was a big deal. Considering humble beginnings from Project Rainfall to now a hugely represented contender in Nintendo's recent legacy in and outside of Smash, everything really came full circle. It was Shulk time then, and it's Shulk time now! You know, I honestly use Shulk so much in Smash Wii U and 3DS, and I still use him a bit in Ultimate, but that character is just so much fun to play. And I'm so glad that Xenoblade fans, all of us included, got to eat so much more when it comes to Xenoblade finally going outside of Europe and Japan. Shulk coming into Smash, Xenoblade 2, Xenoblade 3, Xenoblade Chronicles X, and stuff. And just, I feel that a lot of that is owed to the hype of the game finally releasing and Shulk being in Smash. And even though he was leaked, that trailer was raw as all hell, like, ooh, backslash, that was Shulk time. He actually doesn't say that in the game, it's because he's saying that now it's Ryan time, because his best friend Ryan, you can't have a rainbow without a Ryan, baby. God! Mega Man was the top draft pick for the next big third-party character following Snake and Sonic before him, and to have them featured in the reveal trailer for Smash Wii U and 3DS truly turned the heads of all gamers. The super fighting robot inclusion continued to establish the presence of third-party gaming characters in the biggest celebration of gaming. A lot of people want Mega Man 0 or Mega Man X, Mega Man X, whatever, and Volnut, Anti-Warrior stuff, but like Mega Man, it was gonna be Mega Man in Smash Bros. And the music that Mega Man brought, like Wily's Castle from Mega Man 2, just, that's always a good song. They made it better in other games, they made it better in Smash. And I'm telling you, that trailer was expertly executed when it comes to like him using all of the robot abilities that he's taken throughout the games and whatnot, and then seeing him get, like, them attempting to jump Mega Man, and then he just assumes the pose of Flame Man. You see Flame Man in his head, just like, poetry! Super fighting robot, Mega Man. And it's Final Smash, come on, Mega Legends, that's crazy. Speaking of Mega and Legends and Mega Man Legends, yo, Capcom, Mega Man Legends 3, where it at? Now, this was a very big deal. At the time, Final Fantasy was quite the pipe dream when it came to the so-called reality of those who could join Smash. And while there was indeed one top pick in mind, the history between Nintendo and Square was so known and rocky, pretty much everyone was blindsided by Cloud Strife when he finally made it to Super Smash Bros. Once again, as one of those characters so beloved, as well as one of those characters that would tear down the preconceived notion of a rule when it comes to who could be in Smash. Cloud is definitely one to remember. Okay, you guys need to understand, while this is number 6 on the list, it is a very important, like insanely important inclusion. Cloud has done so much for breaking down the rules that were established by Smash fans when it comes to who or what can be in Smash. Considering Cloud has never been on a Nintendo console in a main role, he's been on a Nintendo console like, Chain Memories, Kingdom Hearts, but the point is, there was a lot of bad blood surrounding Final Fantasy VII, specifically when it comes to Square Enix and Nintendo, or Squaresoft at the time. And the fact that not only we got Final Fantasy represented in Smash, but it had to be Cloud. Of course, there were the stories with Sakurai saying, I was hoping to get someone like Terra or, whatever, Final Fantasy Terra. And then we end up getting Cloud. That was insane, because that is the character. Trust me, Cloud, Final Fantasy VII, I love Cloud. I would love for Cloud to be in Smash, but I was always like, he's probably not going to be in Smash, and not because PlayStation character, no. It was more like the bad blood between Nintendo and Square Enix. So there is so much baggage surrounding Final Fantasy VII when it comes to Nintendo. So it's not gonna. Cloud shows up, and and he said I never thought I'd see the day. And of course, when he first showed up, they had all that music, BS where only 2 tracks, but we now know, and I've been telling you for years why it was a thing. But Cloud, just having his limit gauge and having the Midgar stage and the summons, just like, ugh. Cloud Strife. Okay, now we get into some personal bias. But beyond that, Banjo and Kazooie had the deck stacked against them in almost every possible way when it comes to inside and outside the fandom. While a popular pick among gamers, myself insanely included, there was the idea of copyright, relevancy, origin that sent nearly every conversation about their potential hurtling downwards. But then that fateful day came where the bird and bear returned to thunderous applause and proved they always had a home at Nintendo. Now, if I remember correctly, this is probably the first Smash trailer that I cried in. I think I only cried in 2 Smash trailers. Alright, you guys already know the other. But for Banjo and Kazooie, like, a lot of people were like, oh, look at this guy overreacted. BanjoKazooie was my childhood. In my opinion, BanjoKazooie is better than Super Mario 64. I grew up on that. BanjoKazooie, Banjo-Tooie, 100% in those games. Banjo was my boy, and I've been wanting Banjo to be in Smash for years, up in like in the Smash Wii U days. Remember that back in the day? And like, yo, Microsoft Red said they were willing to play ball, and they did. And we got Banjo and Kazooie, and that remix of Spiral Mountain by Grant Kirkhope, just like, I was a kid again, booting up N64, and just like the music and the visuals just filled me, and I use Banjo up until this day. BanjoKazooie is so much fun, and the bear and bird are in, and the fact that it was a replay, which is a common trope in comedy around the world, but like very famous in Japan, where they replayed the King K. Rool trailer to do the BanjoKazooie trailer. That's you don't understand. That just filled me with the purest joy that I rarely experience when it comes to like innate happiness with gaming. I'm not saying gaming's bad or anything. I'm just saying just like that. That just spoke to me. It's like it spoke directly to me. Like that's why. Number 5. Cloud entering Super Smash Bros. Was already such an insanely huge deal that when SephFrro promised to bring us despair, I honestly could not believe it. But I did in the end. SephFrro ranks higher than Cloud for 2 huge reasons on my part. 1, he actually got an amazingly animated trailer, and 2, I personally actually like SephFrro more than Cloud. Seeing the one-winged angel descend in the only harrowing way he knows how was awe-inspiring. When it comes to SephFrro, that trailer for me is a bit infamous because I was really in my feelings. Yo, this man one-shot Glee, and he basically one-shotted every other character in that trailer other than Cloud, because I mean, Cloud and SephFrro. It was a recreation of Adventure, which I think is a good movie, and I should give Smash despair. And I, in my hype, in my happiness, I was like, oh man, I don't need Sora anymore. I want Sora. Sora, of course, Sora's gonna be on this list, so like, stay tuned for that. But SephFrro is literally my second favorite Final Fantasy VII character. My favorite Final Fantasy VII character is Tifa, SephFrro, then Cloud, then Zack. I know, weird, but I love SephFrro, and I also think he could be in the game, not because of the Final Fantasy VII BS, but the fact that, like, come on, Masamune. I was like, bro, there's no way they could put him in this game with that sword and not neuter it, and they did! And they made him a precision character, and that trailer was so raw, and he's like literally the boss of boss characters that is in Smash. If you play him properly, he is that boss character. No Bowser, no Ganondorf, no Wiggly, no Dark Samus, it's no King K. Rool, it's SephFrro, man. Giga Flare, Shadow Flare, the one-winged install, I'm telling you, SephFrro, that trailer was insane. That review was insane. And the fact that we got a boss mode, SephFrro mode, a week before he came out, just like, Final Fantasy 7 in my Smash Brothers? Crazy. The Blue Blur, the fastest thing alive, and the true blue to Mario's red, and perhaps his greatest historic rival, Sonic joining the brawl was just a kick to the gut, in a good way. And it was in an era that predated what we have come to know as Smash hype announcements and trailers, in a time that third parties were insanely rare to Smash. While Snake had him beat in probably the only race Sonic truly lost, the impact was reverbed across the world, where you would think social media and YouTube was at the point it is now back then. So of course, y'all knew he was coming. But the thing is with Sonic is that Sonic's reveal was in a different generation, because I mean, for most of this video, and then of course because like when it comes to character reveals, it was mostly Smash Wii U and 3DS, Smash Ultimate, but now we go back in time to the days of Smash Brawl on the Smash Dojo website. Y'all remember that? Like almost every day it had an update in terms of like a stage or a piece of music or an item or a character, right? And then when they reveal new characters, they didn't really get trailers. Like, oh, Ike is coming to Smash Brawl. Whoa! Pokemon trailers coming to Smash Brawl. Whoa! You know, they didn't really have that back in the day. But of course, there's two special cases. And one of the special cases is the case that's just like, okay, someone on this list broke open the floodgates of who could be in a Smash Bros. Game. And then everybody was like, Sonic, 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 Sonic. And then that trailer came out. Where were you when that trailer came out? I was still in school. And then everyone who had access to the internet that wasn't blocked by that stupid internet blocker when you use computers at school, whatever, they were like, yo, Sonic's in Smash. Everybody in the school, Sonic's in Smash, Sonic's in Smash, Sonic's in Smash. I saw a trailer, Sonic's in Smash. Live and learn, Super Sonic. Just like that's ingrained into my brain. Sonic's name speeds my game. And Sonic joins the brawl. That trailer was also fire. That's good. And then at the end of the trailer, right before he goes to the Super Sonic, him and Mario posing, which is funny because Sonic's pose there is a taunt, but Mario's pose was a winning animation, which is not a taunt that he could use in Smash Bros. And then like, damn, they actually break this to make this. And then his importance in Subspace Emissary. Sonic's the one. Sonic's the one. Good times, memories. The last key, the boy that truly represents all there is when it comes to the spirit of Super Smash Bros. Kingdom Hearts' own Sora, the perfect final character, according to Sakurai, and myself of course. His inclusion sent waves throughout the world, truly had the stars to align and encapsulate so many different possibilities with the history of Nintendo and Disney and having a slot all of his own. Of course, this was my most wanted character in Super Smash Bros. History, and to have him show up this way was beyond that of hype, beyond that of emotion, and beyond that of passion. Fate truly smiled back at us that day, and it is something that I will never forget. Do I gotta say it? Do I have to say it? Do I have to talk about it? I have been the biggest advocate, I'll fight people on that too. I have been the biggest advocate for Sora coming to Smash Bros. Right? And throughout the years, people were like, it can never happen. Disney this, Square Enix that, Goofy that, Disney Princess that. And like, Sora would never happen. And it happened. And he was the final character in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. He was the last key. He was the ultimate. And that trailer was something of beauty where he was the one to save the lives of all those Smash characters when the flame was thought to go out, and he opened the door to shine the light on all the Super Smash brothers and sisters and revive them with the promise of a new light. My boy! I'm sorry, but yes, Sora in Smash was simply, it was timeline changing, not life changing, not world changing, not game changing. It was timeline changing for the better. We are on the better timeline. And Sora, I still use him to this day. It's my main. I won 3 matches in a row today on Elite Smash. Man, I'm telling you, Sora in Smash was something truly special. But if I'm singing the praises of Sora in Smash, some special, why is he number 2? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's because we have to go back to where it all started. This was the original hype of Super Smash Bros. While Sora was indeed the one to open the final door as the last key as of Smash Ultimate, it was Snake that unlocked the first. Solid Snake was the first third-party character to arrive in Smash Bros. History, bringing the right insanity from Metal Gear Solid. But past all of that, his announcement was something to behold, arguably one of the greatest head-turning surprises in all of gaming. What was thought to be another Metal Gear Solid game had the world's greatest spy into the world of Smash that would pave the way for so many others and begin the machinations that would cement the series as the greatest celebration of gaming. Sora may have been the final character in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and the final reveal as of now when it comes to Super Smash Bros. History. But that was the last, and we must look to the first. That's why Solid Snake is number 1 on this list, because he is the one who literally got the C4, got the bombs, got the explosives to break down the walls and destroy the floodgates to allow the possibility of third parties being in Super Smash Bros. In general. And I will never forget that trailer. He was part of the reveal trailer when it comes to Super Smash Bros. Brawl as a whole. And I remember when that trailer was over, when it showed the logo of Super Smash Bros. Brawl, I thought, because back in the day, you know, when YouTube was very new, very fledgling, and you could see videos embedded in various sites and whatnot, when you had a system like that, and then videos play one after the other, I was thinking that, hey, a new Metal Gear Solid game is just like, oh, 3 sprites, and then the comm is going up, and then Snake is talking, and I'm like, new Metal Gear Solid? Yo, what? Is it a remake? Is it what was going on? And then they mention, have you heard of Smash Brothers? Oh, the Nintendo thing. I was like, nah. And then this wasn't in this full trailer. It was just his reveal. And then a box comes out. Dun, 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 dun. Showtime. And I'm like, because, like, you need to understand, like, time between Melee and Brawl was the longest time between Smash games, right? Because, I mean, Smash 1, 1999, 2000, and then Melee 2001, 3 years? 1999? 99, right? Yeah, 2 years. And then we had Melee to Brawl, which was like 7 years. And then Brawl to Smash Wii U 3DS, that was 6 years. And then Smash Wii U to Ultimate was 4 years. And I'm like... So when we finally got that trailer of the next Smash game, and Smash Brawl Wii was so good, and then we had Solid Snake just there. And it's funny enough, he had 2 renders, because usually everyone has like a main character render, and he had a preliminary proto render when he was announced, but then he got another render on his full trailer, and that's the one they actually use in the Smash select screen, and it's just, it was mind-boggling how not only we're getting third-party characters in the Nintendo fighting game Extravaganza, but the first was Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid out of all characters. Not Sonic, not Pac-Man, not Bomberman, not Rayman, not Crash Bandicoot, not Spyro the Dragon, not Cloud Strife, none of them. Not Doom Guy, not Master Chief, not Master Chief, but Solid Snake. And that's why Solid Snake is #1 when it comes to the top Smash Brother reveals. So, what did you think? Did your top reveals make the list? Let me know what was the best Smash reveal to you in the comment section below. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe, as well as subscribing over on Killacoon's channel and grabbing some sweet new merch over at my shop at Fourth Wall. Alright, until the next video, this has been HMK, this has been Killacoon, and we will check you guys later.